This is the Weeylite Ninja 400 Mark II. It's a variable color temperature LED light. The kit that I'm testing came with a carry bag, the Ninja 400 Mark II, a controller, a V-mount on the controller's back, and the required cables to get everything connected up. The controller's large, which is a good thing. The display is big enough that I didn't need my reading glasses, and the buttons are big enough, spaced far enough apart, making it a pleasure to operate. The review kit did come with a remote control, and I've got a ton of remotes that I don't use for various lights, for various other gear that I've received over the years, and I don't like having to deal with the batteries when I can control the light from, well, my smartphone using a mobile app. I can control the power level, color temperature, and scene effects from the mobile app, and I don't have to worry about keeping all those batteries charged up. Loosen the lock on the U-shaped bracket to tilt the light as needed. With the lock loosened, the Ninja 400 Mark II is balanced well enough with sufficient resistance that it will stay pointed at the subject without needing to be locked back in place. I like to keep it loose when I'm shooting product shots, but lock it down for studio scenes. I've reviewed many lights on this channel, from the Ulanzi LED lights in the back giving me that wonderful rainbow color, to a ring light here, and the Colburst CL100, a 100-watt light that's my main light for this channel, lighting me up from this direction. I also reviewed the Ninja 300, and while I like this light, it's priced the same as the CL100, although it's 20 watts less at 80 watts, it does have some more effects. And I liked it, but I had one issue with it: fan noise. You see, when you first turn it on, it starts off on high, and within about 5 or 6 feet away, it's loud. It's distractingly loud. And while depending on the microphone you're using, you might not notice it too much. For example, with the Tascam and the filters I've got set up, it really didn't pick it up too much, but if you're using a shotgun mic, it could get in the way. The Ninja 400 Mark II, like the CL100 and the Ninja 300, does have a fan, but when you first turn it on, it's like the CL100, you barely hear that fan at all. In fact, I was shooting a lot of product shots this weekend for a review video I was doing of a tilt lens. It was quite remarkable. I was able to, because it's a 150-watt light, I was able to boost up the brightness to where I only needed to have it set as an ISO on the camera to pick up the product shots perfectly without any noise. The Ninja 400 Mark II only needed to go up to about 71%, and even at that level of wattage, even at the temperature that it was giving off, I didn't even notice the fan noise. When I first got it out of the box, one of the first things I tested was the fan noise. And I held my ear up to it, and it sounded very much like, well, the Mac Studio. If you've been watching the reviews of the Mac Studio, you notice it the first time you turn it on, you hold your ear up to it, you can hear it, but after that, it really doesn't make that much of an impression in any way whatsoever. And when I was recording videos, silence. Silence in terms of what I was picking up. It's much quieter than the Ninja 300. And while I love the CL100, and I still think this makes sense to use this light as one of my channel lights because I only have to bring it up to 55%. I don't need more than 100 watts for my studio. However, when I'm shooting product shots, when I'm outside, the Ninja 400 gives me that much more wattage, so I can increase the brightness to where I need to, and I really love that about it. It's to be able to have a 150-watt light, to be able to crank up the brightness and not have to worry about fan noise, I think it's terrific. The Ninja 400 Mark II has a color temperature range of between 2800 and 6800 degrees. I currently shoot most of my videos at 5600. I'm trying to replicate that noonday sun, that certain temperature which is right around 5600 degrees. But when my wife is taking pictures of her designer cakes, she likes to get a more of a yellow look to it, a more of a sunrise sunset kind of look, and dials the temperature down to about 2800 to 3500 degrees. And of course, if you're trying to replicate that look on a cloudy day, well, turn it all the way up to about 6,000 to 6,800 degrees. The Ninja 400 Mark II has 13 scene effects that can be controlled by the remote or the movie app. Standard flame, lightning, bursts, flashes, and you've also got a choice of several lighting curves. Another advantage that the Ninja 400 Mark II has is that it uses a Bowen bayonet, so you can add softboxes or other industry standard accessories to the Ninja 400 Mark II. It's really quite obvious, but the most important thing a light can do is, well, light up the world. In the studio here, I don't need a super bright light, but I do need quiet, and the Ninja 400 Mark II more than adequately lights up my world here. But when I'm shooting product shots or if I'm shooting outside, the CL100 or the Ninja 300 aren't powerful enough, and that's where I need a much more powerful light. And at 150 watts, the Ninja 400 Mark II is more than bright enough for doing product shots. I like to shoot a lot of my product shots in 8K, all I with Canon Log 3, and when I do that, I keep the ISO right around 800. When I was shooting previously with the CL100 or the Ninja 300, what would happen is I'd have to increase the ISO and I'd get noise in the scene. With the 150 watts that the Ninja 400 Mark II provides, I'm able to increase that brightness, and while I was shooting this weekend, I never had to increase the brightness past about 71, 72%. And it lit up my world. I was able to record with the Canon R5 in 8K, Canon Log 3, Cinema Gamut at 800 ISO, and absolutely no noise, and that was absolutely terrific. But what's most important is, the entire time I was shooting this weekend, and in the times that I've been using the Ninja 400 Mark II, it's silent. So yes, the Ninja 400 Mark II is bright enough, it's 150 watts, that it can be your default go-to light inside, but it can also work outside as well. And inside, in the studio, where silence matters, the Ninja 400 Mark II, while it does have a fan to keep it cool and protected, it's got much better thermals than the Ninja 300 and the CL100 and any other light that I've used. And that fan operates very quiet, just like the Max Studio, whisper quiet. Do you have any questions about anything that I've covered in this video? Any capabilities you would like to know more about? I know that when it came to the effects and when it came to other aspects of this light, I kind of glossed over it because really for me, it's like a nonlinear editing system. We might have hundreds upon hundreds of transitions and effects, but for most of us, we're using no more than 2 or 3 of them on any major production because, well, the rest are noise. And that's the same thing when it comes to lighting. What's really important is that the light can give you the color temperature range that you need, and then it can operate silently for those scenarios where you need it to operate silently. And I really love that about the Ninja 400 Mark II. But if you do have any questions about anything I've talked about in this video, whether it be about the Ninja 400 Mark II, the Ninja 300, CL100, anything lighting on my channel, or any question in any way whatsoever related to filmmaking, go ahead and post it in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to get back to you within 24 hours. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for subscribing, and we'll see you again soon.